Good morning once again and welcome. I'm having a wonderful guest here in the studio with me. Of course, the issue about insecurity has not disappeared from the front burner of the polity. It's always been at the front burner, week in, week out, and month in, month out. We've been reading about issues of people who have been killed. There's an article I saw in one of the dailies newspaper, most especially Premium Times, gave about 16 persons being killed just last week, and there were some other details of people. You see 22, 32 in, weeks out, and when you put those numbers together, these are not animals, these are human beings being killed on weekly basis. It calls for serious concern, and we hope that the security agencies are not resting on their horse, of course, but one thing is always at the front burner: the issue about state police. When is it going to come on board? I have a guest here with me, and he is Biodun Sowunmi. He is a public affairs analyst. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome to the program.
I'm pleased to be here.
We are going to be talking about the national security, a call for concern this morning. From your perspective, you've been in this country for a while, and the issue about security is the security challenges we've been having is no news. It's becoming a norm to have people being killed weeks in, weeks out. What can you say about this?
You know, in the first instance, the first question one needs to ponder about is how come we get to this stage? We've been moving gradually from one regime after the other, up to this point. This is not just about the Buhari's administration. It has always been the insecurity of lives and properties. We've always been having that. But how come nobody has been able, to tame this beast called insecurity? And that is one thing that really puzzles me. With enormous billions pumped into security, agencies and trying to fine-tune and refine-tune security architecture, and we still have not been able to guarantee the security of lives and property, which is the core fundamental duty imposed by the Constitution on the government. So this is really very, very worrying. We are gradually, descending into a situation where you can describe as a society occupied in quote by beasts, which is Obesian in nature, brutal, and brutish,
make life short,
and all that. I don't understand it. This is a question which many people are wondering, how come we get to this stage? We know quite all right that we do not have enough policemen in the country. You have roughly about 400,000 policemen to police 20 million people.
200 million.
That is highly inadequate. Even if you have 500,000, highly inadequate. You have roughly about 150, 180,000 soldiers. They just cannot do the job. We're expecting the police to do, to perform magic, when they don't have the personnel. And again, you talk about the security services like the SSS, it's also the same problem. We do not have enough manpower to police our country. That is the first major challenge. And we are not being intelligence driven in our investigation with a view to deter crime, preventing crime. What we are trying to do is to try and solve crime, which is not the right approach, because we'll get overwhelmed given the fact that crimes occur on a daily basis. Usually in many modern climes, what they do is policemen are only meant to deal with very tiny population of offenders within a community. But in Nigeria, we seem to have an ever increasing growing number of offenders, and that is overwhelming the police. You cannot even train a police officer overnight. If you choose to recruit 1 million police officers today, it will take about 6 months before they can be injected into service. So consequently, crimes keep growing up. You look at the other side of it, which is also the judiciary.